여러분, 미국의 수많은 대학들 가운데 졸업생들의 연봉이 가장 높은 대학이 어딘지 아세요? 바로 이곳, 하비 머드 칼리지입니다. 미국 연봉 조사 전문기관 페이스케일에 따르면 하비 머드의 10년차 직장인 중간 연봉은 15만 8,200달러로 MIT와 칼텍의 졸업생들보다 높다고 하는데요. 처음 소개하는 리버럴 아치 대학인 만큼 학교에 대해 무엇을 알아갈지 아주 기대됩니다. 그럼 함께 하비 머드 칼리지 탐방을 시작해 보겠습니다. 저는 미스 코리아 USA 수상자이자 최근에 경영대학을 졸업한 조민희입니다. 함께 미국 인류 대학들을 탐방하며 더 깊은 이야기를 들어보고 이 위대한 나라 형성에 어떻게 기여했는지 알아볼 텐데요. 준비되셨나요? 그럼 출발합니다. 캘리포니아주 로스앤젤레스 동쪽에 있는 클레어몬트에는 하비 머드 대학이 있습니다. 과학, 공학, 수학을 공부하는 학생들에게 균형 잡힌 교양 교육을 제공하는 것을 목표로 1955년에 설립됐죠. Hi. Are you my tour guide?
Yes, I am. My name is Jenny. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jasmine. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's go.
So Jenny, where is our tour going to start today?
So one of the most special things about Harvey Mudd is that we belong in a consortium of 4 other undergraduate colleges. And so I'll take you to a spot where you can see a couple of those like merge together, if that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. 클레어몬트 칼리지는 선별된 5개의 전문화된 대학으로 구성되어 있습니다. 작은 대학의 장점인 학생 관리 및 유연성과 큰 대학교의 장점인 자원을 모두 제공하려는 거죠.
So right now we're on Harvey Mudd's campus. So right across the street is Scripps College. And then way down the road where the car is passing, like you can see CMC. And then right left of me is Pitzer College. And then you can just find Pomona like basically within like a mile radius from the center of the campus.
And why do you think Harvey Mudd is special amongst the other Claremont colleges?
Well, the most obvious reason probably is that we're a very STEM-focused school, but at the same time, we're a liberal arts college, and so you find people who are very passionate about the sciences while also wanting so much to do with the social sciences, and like we really care about how our work impacts the community, and so I think we're very special in that way.
참고로 STEM이란 과학, 기술, 공학, 수학을 일컫는 영어 약자입니다. 자, 투어를 계속 해볼까요? So what's next on our agenda?
I can go ahead and show you my dorm and my room.
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. So this is my room.
Oh, it's so cute.
Thank you. I live here with my roommate. That's my dog. My friends gave it to me as like a stuffed animal.
Cute.
Yeah.
What is dorm life like here? I remember you were mentioning it earlier and how, there's a very tight-knit community.
Right. So dorm life is really cool because unlike some colleges, we actually have completely mixed dorms, and so it's really cool to be able to like interact with all these upperclassmen who have so much advice because they went through exactly the same like academic process as like you have, and also just like stayed at the same campus, and also because 99% of our students live on campus for all 4 years, and so I think that's an indication of like how important dorm life is to us here.
Speaking of the rigorous academics, can we go check out some of the academic buildings?
Yeah, for sure. I'll take you to our physics department.
All right, let's go.
This is the physics department. All of our faculty members who teach physics are here, and so usually most of these doors are open because we have something called the open door policy here at Mudd, and it's like super helpful because the professors are so open to making sure that students can like have access to them and like make sure that we can get help from them all the time. And I think it's one of the things that makes Harvey Mudd so special.
I feel like that open door policy is so helpful for the students.
And another thing that's really special is our first semester of a freshman year is actually a pass-fail semester. So it gives students a chance to like get acclimated to the academics and the social life at Harvey Mudd, because college is really hard and we want to make sure that you're happy and like taking your time to ease into our school.
So this is really cool. I'm ready to see more of the school.
All right, let's go.
캠퍼스를 둘러보던 중에 재현 씨가 로봇을 시험해보고 있는 학생들을 소개했습니다. 문이 열려 있어서 무엇을 하고 있는지 보려고 들어갔죠. Hi, I'm Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine. Nice to meet you. I'm Ginger.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Seth.
Nice to meet you. Where are we right now? And I see a huge pool indoors.
Yeah, we're in the Harvey Mudd tank room where we test a lot of our autonomous underwater vehicles. This here is Alfie. He's our RoboSub robot for the 2019 competition season.
So Alfie is an autonomous underwater robot specifically designed for a competition called RoboSub, where there's an underwater obstacle course, and the goal is to use cameras and other sensors to try to navigate the course on its own without any human intervention. So we spend the year building the robot and programming it so it can learn to interact with the course on its own.
Does Alfie work? I'd love to see it in action.
Yeah, we can put the lid on and go ahead and throw it in the tank for you.
Yeah, let's do it. Wow. So from here, what happens?
So at the competition, we would turn this switch, and then it would start to sink down and start moving through the course.
And how complicated is that course that you guys are talking about?
Well, the course has many components to it. One of the first few tasks is to navigate through the small side of a gate, and afterwards there are buoys that we use image processing to detect and run into.
So how exactly does the robot, navigate in the water? Ooh, it's heavy.
So we have a set of 4 vertical thrusters you can see located around the robot, and these help it move in the X and Y direction. And there are another 4 vertical thrusters located here, and there on the other side, and those help it go in the Z direction. And so with that, we're able to navigate in 3 dimensions underwater.
Wow, that's so cool. What are some other features that Alfie has?
Well, you can see here at the front, Alfie actually has some eyes here, and in those there are cameras and a window that allow us to use various image processing techniques to navigate through the obstacle course.
There are so many programs out there at universities and colleges that have very great STEM programs. What do you think makes Harvey Mudd STEM program special and unique?
Every Harvey Mudd student goes through a pretty rigorous core where you touch all of the sciences, computer science, and engineering. In addition to giving you exposure to everything before you have to decide on your major, that again helps you build literacy in the entire scientific world. And I think graduates have found that very valuable to be able to communicate with everyone in their company. Even if that person's a chemist and they're an engineer, they still have some background in chemistry.
학생들이 자기 분야 외의 아이디어를 만나면 예상치 못한 연결고리가 생겨나기도 합니다. 스템에 대한 균형 잡힌 접근법이 학생들에게 풍부한 경험을 제공한다는 게 눈에 보이기 시작하네요. What's going on over here?
This is the Spring Club Fair. It's where students can come check out any of the clubs that we have on campus right now.
Well, I think I'm gonna go stop by and check it out.
Awesome. Well, I'm actually having dinner with one of my friends tonight if you want to come join us.
Yes, I'd love to. Thanks for inviting
Cool.
me.
I'll see you later.
Okay, thank you, Jenny.
No problem. I'll see you later.
이곳의 모두가 STEM 분야를 공부하지만 학생들의 열정은 다양하고 광범위합니다. 이런 동아리들은 사회 활동을 통한 학생의 성장을 우선시하는 환경을 조성해주죠. 치즈에만 몰두하는 동아리까지 있어요. Cheers! 이 학교가 원하는 학생 유형을 더 알아보기 위해 하비 머드의 입학처장을 만나러 가보았습니다. Can you tell me more about the Harvey Mudd STEM program?
Yeah, well, this is an unusual school where all of our majors are in STEM, but the way that we teach is deeply embedded in the liberal arts philosophy. So we're a liberal arts STEM school, which makes us practically unique in higher education. Our approach is to make students have a very broad math and science education to begin with. And as a consequence, our faculty will not allow a student to select a major even in their first year. That is really, really different from a lot of other schools.
It seems that Harvey Mudd has a very special personality.
Yeah,
Does the college look for students with the same type of personality?
we
or
do.
What type of student would you guys want as a possible student here?
It's really, really hard for an individual to stand out in our applicant pool based on some number. So it's a lot more of what they're about here and here that matters for what we call the fit with this school. Most of the students that apply here want to be pushed, and we deliver. So it's a heavy academic load. And what makes it possible and sustainable is that sense of collaboration and cooperation. So the first term is a pass no credit system. Students cannot get grades in their first semester.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
For a high school student, how can they, be prepared?
I can easily make a case for a student who's done a lot of robotics or Olympiads or something of that nature. But honestly, I can make just as strong a case for a student who has a very strong academic profile, their grades, their kinds of courses they've taken, but whose interests are in dance, figure skating, sports, because that speaks to the part of the curriculum that involves people and humans and the human experience.
Can the students take classes at the other colleges as well?
And not only can, we're a math and science school. We like to measure things. How many of our students do not do this? That number is 0.
Oh, so a lot of
every
students.
student here will at some point take a course or two or many at the other colleges. It's an unusual arrangement where students can move between these colleges freely. We are a family of colleges that work together, and we communicate with each other to make this work.
After speaking with you, I'm super excited to get to know more about Harvey Mudd.
Sweet, I'm glad you're here.
하비 머드에서는 연구가 어떻게 이루어지는지 궁금해서 수많은 연구실 중 한 곳을 찾아가 공학 교수님 한 분을 만나보기로 했습니다. Hello, I'm Jasmine.
Hi, I'm Professor Albert Dotto. We are here in our engineering clinic space. I teach materials engineering, and I have a research group of about 11 students.
What are the classes like in engineering program?
Typically, the classes are relatively small, right? A few dozen students. Our graduating classes are anywhere between 60 to 90 students, so you really get to know all of the students. It really enhances that classroom setting and really enhances the teaching. Last week, we were talking about defects. You have zero-dimensional. In the classroom, we talk about polymers. So we talk about plastics and how they've revolutionized our society and how we could use them everywhere. But at the same time, in terms of impact on society, we see how it's really benefited life here on this planet. But now, very recently, we're seeing the impact of the plastic pollution here in this world. So that's something that we can talk about here. The students really demand to know what is the impact of what they're learning on society. And to really hear that from them is tremendous, and it's inspiring and gets me excited to come here every day.
Do you have any students that I can possibly speak to?
Oh yes, of course. Right next door is my student Taylor. She's doing research on nanomaterials, and I think you're gonna have a great time in the lab with her.
I'd love to meet her.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time today.
All right, have fun.
Bye. Hello.
Hi,
I'm Jasmine.
Taylor. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I see some fancy research and experiments going on here.
Yeah, we need to get you in a lab coat.
Okay. So what are we going to be doing today?
So we're putting specifically a graphene nanoparticle
Okay.
into a isophthalic resin. So it's used for coatings to protect against like scratching and acid resistance. So it goes on like boats and stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
So we're trying to see if we can improve the strength so that it can take more scratches, take more wear. We make these They're called dog bone specimens. So you make it with a polymer and you harden it and you put your nanoparticles in it and you put them in a material testing machine and it holds the two ends and it's going to pull them apart. And whatever load it takes to make it pull apart is how strong the material is.
So we're going to be making that today?
Yes, that is what we're making.
Okay, I'm excited.
나노 입자 연구는 최첨단 분야입니다. 우리가 매일 사용하는 제품에 환경 지속성의 중대한 발전을 이룩할 가능성을 가진 분야죠.
So the first step is to pour our resin. And then we'll put hardener in it. And when you put this in, it'll actually harden it up into the specimen instead of staying in this liquid form.
Ah, got it, okay.
And then our next step is to put in our nanoparticles. That looks good. So the next step is to mix all of these materials together.
So what's this device here?
So this is called a planetary mixer.
Oh, it's what we'll be mixing.
Yeah, so it works by rotating around itself, and then it's also going to rotate around the device. So it's like a planet rotating around the sun.
Ooh, okay.
이 기계로 2분 정도 돌리면 물질들이 완전히 섞입니다. 그 뒤에는 이 액체를 틀에 붓고 오븐에 넣어 굳혀요.
So while we're waiting, I actually have a couple of finished samples that I can show you.
Okay. Ooh, so this is what it's going to turn out like.
Yes, this is what it'll look like.
What is this used for?
So they're used for standard materials testing. So there's a very specific length, width, and thickness they all have to be. And then you can compare a ton of different types of samples to anybody else that has used the same standard and compare your strengths and your results. So if somebody wants to recreate ours, they can use the exact same methods we used.
That sounds very interesting and complicated. I don't really understand fully, but thank you so much for sharing your experiment with me today.
짧은 시간 동안 연구원이 되어보니 재미있네요. 과학을 하다 보니 배가 고파집니다. 다행히 우리 가이드 재현 씨와 저녁을 먹기로 했어요.
Hey, nice to see you again. How was your day?
I loved it. I got to learn so much about Harvey Mudd.
That's awesome. Do you want to go meet my friend Cynthia? She's sitting right over there.
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Jasmine, this is Cynthia.
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So what is your major and your year?
I'm a junior right now, and I'm majoring joint computer science and mathematics.
That program sounds really hard. How has your guys' experience been at Harvey Mudd so far?
I really enjoyed the academics here. It's a lot of work, so we definitely spend a lot of the week doing homework and whatnot. But our fun times are also like a lot of fun. It's nice living with your friends like right next door and everything.
Harvey Mudd is a very academically rigorous school, but the students are so willing to help each other.
Yeah, I think that's what's nicest about this school. So whenever it's a struggle together.
Are you guys a part of any extracurriculars activities?
So I help out at my dorm. I'm one of the mentors. I help out with the freshman transition as well as any residential life events.
How's that experience been like?
I love seeing the freshmen every year. Like that's my favorite part, helping out with orientation and seeing their transition. I also like organizing the events just so that not only freshmen but also upperclassmen and everyone else there can mingle and get to know each other.
학생들 춤추는 모습이 너무 귀여운 것 같아요. 잘하지 않나요?
I just started ballroom when I got to college, so it was like a really fun hobby for me to establish here at Mudd with like the tough academics and everything just to balance that all out. But also because it's a 5C club, and so all students from the 5 colleges can join. And so I've been able to meet like a ton of like off-campus students from like Scripps and like Pomona, so that's been like a really helpful way for me to connect with people off campus.
I'm really glad you guys are having that type of experience at Harvey Mudd. And I'm really excited for what the future holds for you guys.
Thank you.
Shall we eat?
Harvey Mudd College seeks to educate engineers, scientists, mathematicians so that they may assume leadership in their fields with a clear understanding of the impact of their work on society. That's not just some fancy thing that we put up on our website to attract people. The faculty, the students, and the staff here, they really believe in that, and that's why they're here, and that's why I'm here.
I came in with this dream that if I attended Harvey Mudd and was able to graduate and stay really happy through it, then I could basically do anything I wanted after that, because Harvey Mudd would be able to give me the emotional and academic foundation to do whatever I wanted in the future.
We bring in some very bright people. We push them very hard. We want them to work together. And a lot of good things can happen with that if you've got some imagination.